Yeah, it's pretty much what I'm seeing. So this is the bug fix patch. Features: updated auras. Patch 1.1.0. Sorry, 4.1.0 introduced a brand new aura system with new aura visuals. While we received positive feedback regarding their style, the consensus seems to be that they were not sufficiently visible. Fucking tongue twisted myself. Especially for small objects at long range or in bright environments. In light of this, we have temporarily replaced the new aura visuals with a different type that should be much easier to see. Expect further aura improvements in future releases. Yeah. I mean, some of them were invisible, to be honest, at certain ranges. Following the patch, it became clear that some of the add-ons for both Cannibal and Hillbilly needed further reworking. In this update, we addressed those add-ons as well as pull back on some rebalancing changes that were too aggressive. We're looking at you engravings. They never mentioned they were doing something with engravings, did they? I feel like they didn't. But they were very aggressive, yeah. Cannibal, and we read this before, but I'm just reading it as a whole thing. Initially, the Primer Bulb and Spot Bulb add-ons sought to introduce a playstyle that revolved around going into Tantrum and using speed increase to catch up unsuspecting survivors. In practice, the speed increase was too low for that playstyle to be worthwhile. So we were talking about that before. This makes no sense at all. So when you're Leatherface and you go into Tantrum, let's say you're a survivor going against it, what you're going to do is you're going to run, because when the Leatherface goes into Tantrum, there's massive slowdown and it gives you a massive amount of space. So you're never really going to just stand there because there's 0 point doing it. It's not beneficial. So I don't understand this at all, what they were thinking. So it's good that they've changed it. So they've changed the Spark, Plug and Primer Bulb to now slightly increased rate at which charges replenish, and moderately increased rate at which charges replenish. This one, yeah, better. I mean, this was never going to work. It made no sense. It makes 0 sense. Can someone give me an idea how this makes any sense? Like, it does make 0 sense. The tactic when you go against Leatherface, when they go into Tantrum, is to run away. So I don't get how this makes any sense. The old Spark Plug and Primer, I don't think anyone used them, did they? Long guide bar and the grease add-ons to increase the maximum rev before triggering Tantrum. This means that you have more maneuverability around loops while revving your chainsaw. Slightly increases the amount of revving available before triggering a Tantrum. Updated rarity from uncommon to common. The grease is a moderately increases the amount of revving. So there you go. Furthermore, we've reassessed our previous nerf of the knife scratches and beast marks add-ons. They were significantly nerfed because of the Cannibal's changes. Okay. But we might have been too hard on them, especially considering the tantrum meter builds up while revving. This meant you'd almost always be 99% tantrum, and the slightest mistake forced you to go into the Tantrum or through the Tantrum. Maybe it's just to reduce punishment. No, they said it's like an actual gameplay style. It just, yeah, it didn't make sense. So, knife scratchers, revert the charge time penalty to -12. Increase the movement speed bonus to plus 2. Weren't the movement speed still faster than this though before? I can't remember. I feel like were. When it, I really can't remember. The way they word everything and they start changing things, it gets so confusing. I guess we'll look at the wiki. The wiki will tell us once someone's worked it out. Beast Marks revert the charge time penalty to -12 once again. Increase the movement speed to 3. So this is only 1% more. You think it was 5 and 10? 5 and 10, yeah? Next on the list are 2 add-ons that were given unnecessary downsides. Hopefully removing them will make the add-ons worthy of the rarity and make them more useful. Light Chassis removed the speed decrease while revving. What was this? What was this add-on, guys? Light Chassis. Carburetor turning guide. Remove the increased recharge rate on chainsaw chargers. Okay. What was Light Chassis again? I remember this one. This one was the one where you chainsaw into them, right? And you get new stacks. Makes the chainsaw easy to handle while revving. See the auras. Oh, you see auras. Okay. Finally, we updated the speed limiter to grant you even more blood points on chainsaw hits, and we've lowered its rarity so it can be available more often. Right. So for those who don't know, speed limiter makes your chainsaw only hit once, and they've made it so it's more often now. Yay. Yay. We need more speed limiter. What the hell? That's so random. Get 100% more points for chainsaw score events. What was it before? Updated rarity to common from uncommon. Yeah, we get the worst add-on you can have for Leatherface more often now. Nice. That's what I always wanted. The Hillbilly, with this update, we tried making add-ons with a new and interesting effects. However, during the PTB, it became clear we needed to revisit some of these add-ons to better accomplish our goals. Black Grease. Black Grease was inspired by the Hillbilly's perk Enduring. It used to increase immunity to blindness after being stunned by a pallet. We weren't happy with how it turned out and have come up with a brand new effect inspired by Lightborn, which should provide an obvious advantage that fits right into the new overheat mechanic. Modularly increases the chainsaw's rate of cooling when a flashlight is shining on you. Oh. Wait, so let's think. Wow, they've actually given you numbers. They've actually given us numbers. Look at that. -5 charge a second for those of you who love numbers. Ha! They've actually given it. It's nice of them at least. So it used to be 50%. Okay, so it's 100% now. That's the what's it called again? Speed limiter. So this one, I get the idea. So the whole idea is if you're chasing someone, chainsaw, your chainsaw overheats. You go into a chase. Whenever they try and flashlight you or flashlight blind you at a pallet, you get your chainsaw back a bit quicker. It's all right, right? It's all right. It's okay. Is everyone going to use it? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah. Mother's Helpers was inspired by the Hillbilly perk Lightborn. It used to increase your movement speed while the flashlight was shining on you. Unfortunately, flashlighting most often occurs when locked into animation. Yes, it does. So players would usually not be able to make use of this speed boost. No. This new version, devs, you're an interesting bunch. How would you not know that like instantly? Survivors don't just flashlight killers who are walking towards you. It's like rank 20 shit. This stuff, like, it just makes me laugh. Like, who does that? Like, you know, it's not gonna work. I guess when you were carrying someone, sometimes people do that. Anyway, so the new version is inspired by Enduring and should be interesting for fans of the old charge speed bonus add-on. Slightly decreased chainsaw charge time for 30 seconds after being stunned by a pallet. 12% the same as 12% the same as the old spark plug. Okay, so it's like getting the old spark plug for 30 seconds after you have been stunned for 30 seconds. I mean, it's all right. The old spark plug wasn't the Insta chainsaw. That was only part of it. It was tuning guide and spark plug. But it's a bit faster. This and the 4.4 is basically Instasaw. Yeah, but you're going at 4.4. Next in line, we have various add-ons that needed some tweaks or that needed to be reverted. Engravings. Here they are. Low Pro chains. One sec. Saif, thank you for the 3 months. Appreciate it, man. Sorry, Mr. Stream. Keep up the great content. Appreciate it. Jay Warver, thank you for the 2 months as well. Eskitit. I don't know what you're saying. Yeah. So low pro chains shared the downside from speed limiter, but the upside wasn't enough to justify its rarity. We updated it so it only deals a single health state for a short period after breaking a pallet or a wall. We've also changed its rarity from ultra rare to very rare. Survivors hit with a chainsaw within 5 seconds of breaking a pallet or a wall, or damaged for a single health state. That's better. That's way better. Yeah, that's decent. That's actually decent. That's not decent. Why is that not decent? I think that's all right, personally. So you break through the pallet and hit the survivor, and then literally 5 seconds later, well, you're gonna mouse one them after that anyway. And if you miss them, 5 seconds later you can chainsaw again anyway. That's not too bad. To be honest, it should be survivors hit with the chainsaw after a pallet's broken, go into it, not 5 seconds, but whatever. It's just kind of same idea. That's what I originally thought the thing were going to be. I didn't think you'd have a speed limiter all game. Yeah, that's all right. I don't know why you're saying that's not bad. I don't know why you're saying that's bad, sorry. Dad's Boots upgraded rarity to uncommon from common. Okay, deaf engravings. The initial nerf to both engraving add-ons was an unfortunate mistake. Yeah. Ah, they give it back. They put it back, guys. Additionally, seeing the overheat mechanic in action, the engraving add-ons were much too punishing. We have reverted them to the previous versions. We'll continue to monitor these add-ons closely. So you've got curving Billy still. So I'm guessing Billy's going to be very happy with that. Apex, I miss. Oh yeah, Apex Muffler. The Apex Muffler can enable some very strong builds. Because of that, we're increasing its rarity to ultra rare. Which was this? Was this the one what makes you quiet? I hope it wasn't, but it is probably in it. What one was this? Koi Chaser. Oh, that's a pity. So they like you doing new builds. But this one actually does allow you to do a new style of Hillbilly, and they've made it ultra rare. Fucking hell. I don't even get them. I genuinely don't get their brains. Like, that was actually something what did give you new gameplay with Billy. I don't know, whatever. Death Engraving, so they've put these back. But bit weird how they never mentioned that they changed them, right? I'm pretty sure they did not mention that they changed them, but now here it's saying that they were doing it on purpose. Bit weird, I think. Heavy Clutch. This add-on had a downside which limited its use a bit too strictly. It's been removed, hopefully, by mixing it with other add-ons. We'll see the new Billy sprints that aren't possible without the add-on. Remove the chainsaw sprint steering downside. What is this? These are all new, and I've barely been playing the new Billy, so I don't know the names off by heart. What is this? Is it just turning? Heavy Clutch. Smaller collision. Oh, okay. I've never used that. Iridescent Brick. Iridescent Brick used to start the undetectable status effect time after 5 seconds of chainsaw sprint. No, you're wrong. This Apex thing isn't that. What is Apex Muffler? Iridescent Brick. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean that you were undetectable after 5 seconds. It meant the transition to being undetectable started. This took away the add-on's value and made it unworthy of being ultra rare. We lowered the time required to transition into undetectable Oh, wait, no, this is undetectable. And the other one is to make the chainsaw quiet. Never mind. We'll continue to monitor this add-on closely. After maintaining a chainsaw speed for 2 seconds, gain undetectable. Okay. Carburetor, the downside of... Yeah, okay, so this was really bad. The downside of moving at 4.4 required something fairly strong to make up for it. In that sense, the previous decrease in charge time was barely noticeable. We've increased it to make this add-on more appealing. 20% up from 12. Ah, okay, so tuned carburetor and, as you were saying, Mother's Helpers actually is kind of an interesting idea to an extent. There is counterplay to it, like big counterplay, just not putting pallets down. But you do still get this 20% increase as well. It's still rough going at 110% as Billy. Speed limiter, and they've made it more common. And then bug fixes. All right. That is the patch that we'll be checking out this second. Interesting. They've give him his curves back. Probably everyone's just going to do that and not do anything unique with him. And Cannibal's got some stuff, and we'll see what these auras are about. All right, let's get in. There you go.